Good morning. It's a great joy to be here with you again and present some very deep and profound values that are present in Indian ancient tradition of Vedic medicine called Ayurveda. And here we will discuss about preventive healthcare in Ayurveda. It comes from, the knowledge of Ayurveda comes from ancient Vedic civilization in India. The rishis or seers in this Vedic knowledge cognize different aspects of knowledge and brought it out for the good of humanity. We know many of the Vedic literature like Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Vedanta, Yoga, all this. Ayurveda is one of them. It was cognized by rishis and brought out. The whole Vedic civilization, the approach to knowledge was inward. The solution to problems they found by connecting to natural law within. And same was the case in Ayurveda. Many thousand years ago, they gathered the rishis of India gathered together with a one theme, like how to solve this issue of sickness. What causes, what is the solution, why people get sick, how to make people healthy, happy. And as rishis gathered and meditated with that, transcending to that field of knowledge where nature gives its solution. And so the most fundamental solutions come there on that level of pure consciousness. And what the solution came is that very beautiful, that the intelligence of nature that governs the whole universe without a problem, all these diversities at every level, there are different laws of nature upholding the creation, maintenance, evolution in the universe. So that intelligence at the basis of everything is infinite creative intelligence that sustains everything. And that what is known in Vedic literature as Prakriti. So Prakriti of the nature is also present in human physiology. And all the laws of nature that are out in the cosmos are also there within human physiology. And the way to solve is that if individual physiology, the intelligence can align to nature's functioning, then it will remain in accord with nature's functioning. It will be flawless like nature. So that gave this knowledge. And if we see how the rishis, the father of Ayurveda, like Charaka, and if we see how the definition of life is there, he says what life is, and then he says that life is where there is continuum of consciousness. He gives qualities of Ayush, the life. There is continuum of consciousness. There is that quality of consciousness upholds the physiology or the expression of life. Then he says that life is always conscious of itself. And the fourth quality is that every expression of life is connected to the source of life. Such profound knowledge, and that, by aligning to that level, we connect to that level of nature's functioning, which is flawless. And that enlivens the flawless functioning and structures within our physiology. Charak, another father of Ayurveda, and he describes health, and it's very beautiful that in Ayurveda, they bring diversities into one unit of unity, and which, when upheld in balance, then everything else is in balance. So Sushruta says that when, like the doshas, and we'll come to that, the principal elements are in balance, in harmony, in perfect harmony with each other, within themselves, with the environment, every structure and function of the physiology. And then he says that if also not only that, but prasannatmendriya mana, that when the person is happy within himself, when person's mental attitude is happy, his thinking, his intellect, his ego, everything is in happiness. And his outer expressions, his activity, his behavior is in happiness. So then he is healthy. And the definition of the word used for health is swasthya. And if you translate in Sanskrit, it's one who is established in his self. And that is healthy. So all-encompassing definition of health came out from there. And in this tradition, always knowledge was revived. Whenever anything declined, the masters revived. And in that, Maharishi's master, you see, and Maharishi, he revived Ayurveda. Among other values of Vedic science, also Ayurveda, he revived, connected it to the origin of Ayurveda. And that's how we have. So we'll focus on good health through prevention, that we don't need to get sick. So swasthasya swasthya rakshanam is one of the sutras in Charak Samhita, protecting the health of the healthy. That is the theme of today's. And in Ayurveda prevention, how Maharishi has defined is individual's spontaneous ability to prevent violation of natural law through all thought, speech, and action. So spontaneously, our behavior, our thinking, our actions are in tune with natural law. Then that is, prevention. As I say that, as we go to the finer levels of nature functioning, the nature's intelligence becomes more and more rich, more and more compact, more and more integrated. So as we go on just from our physiological, you see, as we go from like organism, system, organs, tissue, cells, finer and finer elements, proteins, RNA, DNA, by the time we come to DNA, and we know that how, structure of DNA is, every cell of human physiology has a nucleus, every nucleus has DNA, and every DNA has total genetic information, complete blueprint of our life is there. So such richness, if you see, we have like 35 trillion cells, and every cell has totality of life in its DNA. And if we see, so every cell doesn't only carry the wholeness of genetic information, but also it is aware of what its function is. Cells in the heart function differently, cells in the liver function differently, always maintaining balance, always maintaining homeostasis. So that is the beauty of Ayurveda, that balance, equilibrium, harmony, that is maintained on every level. But from where? Like that, every level of finer levels of nature's functioning are administering different laws. And Maharishi brought very easy, simple technique which was forgotten, how to connect our awareness, our mind, to go towards final level. Transcendental meditation is our awareness goes to finer, more subtler levels and connects to complete pure awareness. So that, see, whether we are waking, we are dreaming or sleeping, is consciousness is always there. But consciousness has so many thoughts, so much content. And as we go finer, we come to a level which is very silent. And it's very, very simple, but one has to learn this uh, technique. It's coming from Vedic times, and it connects to our own nature. Yoga is unity within us. And how it is called? Tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. How it is described in yoga, that level, the observer is established in his one own nature. And what is that nature? Is pure consciousness, pure distilled state, distilled of all contents, and just absolute pure consciousness, happy within itself, which is source of all our thinking, all our intelligence, all our creativity. And not only that, but that level in how Veda is explaining, and now modern science, that level is unified field of all the laws of nature. You see, in physics also, different laws starts to meet, merge, electricity, magnetism merging into electromagnetic field, electromagnetism. And at one level, they found that there are only four laws of nature that represent everything. But as science grew further, and the quantum field theory started to come, and they started to find even finer levels of nature are unifying ultimately one unified field of all the laws of nature, where everything merges into one level. And that is the field of Veda also. In subjectively, they found that that level is nature's unity, from where everything in nature is sustained. From there, everything in nature evolves. From there, everything in nature is maintained. So that level is all-round wholeness. And how it is described, if you see at the bottom, that is level of the self or Atma. And just bottom line is Atma is defined as Avyaktatma Kshetragya Shashvato Vibhur Avyaya. What it says is Atma is unmanifest, and it's knower of all creation, eternal, universal, all pervading, and it is indestructible. That level of nature's functioning is open to mind, and the whole human awareness, whole consciousness is evolutionary. It's not just waking, dreaming, and sleeping state of consciousness. There are further states in transcendental meditation where the experience of pure consciousness comes. That is considered in Vedic literature as fourth state of consciousness. And it is described as Shivam, Shantam, Advaitam, Chaturtham, Manyante, Sa Atma Sa Vigeya. That it is absolute silence, absolute peaceful. And it is a non-dual state. And that is the fourth state of consciousness. And that is nothing but ourself. That is sustaining, nourishing everything, transforming everything to evolve to more and more. And that has a great effect, holistic effect on health. And let us see some of the charts. And again, in Charak Samhita, the state of yoga transcends all relative experiences. Enlightenment is freedom from all boundaries. Experience and practice of yoga leads to enlightenment. Now, how it is helpful for health. And there are many researches done. But what I'm doing today is I'm taking one area of physiology and how different factors, risk factors in that, are all attended to spontaneously by itself, by simple practice of TM, meditating twice a day. And all these researches that I am showing are all published in um, um, peer-reviewed journals. And so starting from just, these are cardiovascular risk factors. And for example, anxiety, cigarette smoking. So these are some basic issues that get solved with TM. You see the red bar is with transcendental meditation, and others are like other programs, preventive programs, and standard treatments, etc. Next is, now these are more organic disorders like patient with hypertensive heart diseases. And this is a 7-month trial, a clinical trial, and see how much difference the TM groups comes to. Similarly, next is metabolic syndrome, which is like, often leads to diabetes and heart disease. Also, this is 16 weeks practice of TM brings that much difference. Then another, decreased blood pressure. This is 711 subjects, total of 9 clinical studies, and it is a meta-analysis of that, and both systolic and diastolic pressure are decreasing. And then the right side is also connected with different techniques or systems as compared to transcendental meditation. And this is a meta-analysis of 107 published researches. Next, we see against reduction of blood pressure. And then on the right, we see reduction in atherosclerosis, which is also cardiovascular risk factor. Then alcohol abuse. Now, decrease in hospitalization. It's amazing. See, as the age grows, the meditating group is like more than 60-70% reduction in hospitalization. It's a 5 years analysis of medical insurance data. It's very profound. It's published in Psychosomatic Medicine Journal. And then decrease outpatient visits. This also very profound. As the age increases, even the outpatient visits are decreasing. Then on the right side, decrease medical expenses. Also, it's a insurance data analysis, 14 years analysis of 1,400 patients in Quebec, Canada. Very significant reduction. So what, and then is mortality, reduction of all-cause mortality and reduction of cardiovascular mortality. The upper red chart is meditators and lower is, control group, and see how much difference is on the, this is also very significant 10-year period, all elderly patients with high blood pressure above 72 years. And on the right side is also, also patients with high blood pressure, 8 years study. So overall, cardiovascular health improves just by one. Every risk factor is improving. So now we see not only in this, but, all different areas, whether it is, risk factors related to digestive system, cancer, risk factor or cardiovascular, we went through, reduce free radicals, every kind of research. So overall health benefit with transcendental meditation. Now, this is one of the areas. Now, when we saw that other chart on the level of unified level, where everything in nature comes to one unity, and there Ayurveda brings out three fundamental principles: Vata, Pitta, Kapha, the five elements. So the basic theory of Prakriti is the 8 elements are there. The 5 is like principles that create the physical universe. So principles that create space, air, fire means heat, earth, water and earth. So these are 5, and then there are 3 other qualities which are like on the mental level, like mind, intellect, ego. So now these are divided into Vata, Pitta, Kapha. And so space and air is Vata, fire and water is Pitta, and Kapha is earth and water. And the whole philosophy of Ayurveda is based on these 3 doshas. These are fundamental elements pervading everywhere, everything, every human, every physiology on planet, plants, everything. So based on that, when they are in balance, there is health, happiness, long life, all good qualities. When they go imbalance, then sickness, disorders start to come. So next is similarly the qualities. So the whole philosophy is to keep the balance, keep the equilibrium. And once the equilibrium is there, then health is assured. And then how to do it? One, we saw that just go to the field of balance, perfect balance, and generate balance, overall balance in our consciousness, in our physiology. Now, this is 3 qualities: sattva, rajas, and tamas. So sattva is like purity, calmness, all life supporting, all evolutionary qualities, all highest and finest quality that human being can have. That is sattva. And rajas is like quality that gives the activity, action. So, and tamas is like, once something evolves, then it stops for the next stage to evolve. So when they are in balance, the evolution continues in a very good way, in a healthy, harmonious way. But in the imbalance of that, then the other qualities come up. Like rajas imbalance will be like ego, anger, all these qualities, violence, all that can happen. Tamas increasing, then lethargy, negativity, all depression, these kind of things happen. So idea is to keep balance, and healthy balance will bring healthy results. Now this Vata, Pitta, Kapha, again coming back to that they are functioning in the whole physiology, and some are prominent in some parts of the physiology and other are in other. And what is the function? You see, the Vata, because it's from Akasha and air, then movement, transportation, communication that is happening within the physiology, like, blood circulation or message going from brain to the different parts, all the information and transportation of fluids and food and everything, movement, that is Vata. Pitta is mainly the fire, the Agni element, the heat, and that makes digestion, metabolism, transformation, energy. Then Kapha is the structure, because it's made from earth and water element. So cohesion, structure of the body, lubrication, these are the functions of these 3 doshas. It's great volume of depth, but I'm just giving glimpse of these things. So what are the role of Vata? So Vat, Pitta, and Kapha, when balanced, what is going on that is supported by Vat? And that is enthusiasm, inhalation, expiration, movements, balanced development of dhatus, means tissues, balanced release of malas, the waste products are released properly. Pitta is a good vision, good digestion, all this quality, hunger, thirst, luster, softness in body, cheerfulness, intellect. And Kapha is unctuousness, binding, firmness, heaviness, whole structural uh, physiology is put in place. Now, different areas we'll take. So one of the areas is how to, if this everything is based on what pit kaf, and if there is a balance and imbalance, and how, there is a whole knowledge of how to bring it in balance, then the idea is, can we find our own, what pit kaf, our balance and imbalance? And that is a very ancient Indian science of pulse reading, pulse diagnosis. So where to find and what information of the physiology can be found in pulse. So whole science is there, and Maharishi has revived that every individual can learn. And the beauty is that then to learn our own balance, own physiology, and much before the symptoms arise, the first impulses come in our pulse. That, and then one catches, oh, there is a vata imbalance. Then how to correct it? Very simple. Some change in daily routine, some change in diets, some taking of some simple herbs, and it comes. So before it grows into disorder, symptoms, and all that, we can find and put in place. So this is a very useful prevention system. And then, so digestion, like the food that which is balanced, healthy, promoting diet, and then eater whose digestion and metabolism is in balance and functioning properly. What is the result? A perfect healthy relationship between the food and the eater. So the whole physiology remains healthy and happy, and we get long life here. So these are some advice on prevention, and I'll just read them. One who wishes happiness should counteract with therapeutic approaches before the disorder is produced or when it is newly arisen. Hyam dukham anagatam. This is from Yoga Sutra. They avoid misery before it arises. So already prevent before something comes up. And this is very beautiful. Dharma artha kama mokshanam arogyam mulla uttamam. So good health stands at the very root of human basic efforts are right action, acquirement of wealth, fulfillment of desires, and enlightenment. So then one desirous of his own well-being should adopt quite early what is wholesome to himself. These are all wise statements from very wise people from Vedic times. So general guidelines are there, like how to eat, not only we eat good things and nourishing things and fresh and all that, but our attitude toward we should not eat very fast and not be distracted while eating. Attend to when you are eating and how much to eat, like not very full, not very empty, like that. So many different laws of diet, digestion, and nutrition are followed. Simple things like, don't eat before your earlier meal is digested. So being aware of what is going on in our physiology and what is good for us. Not drinking while eating, because when you take a lot of water, then, the Agni, the digestive fire, crashes. So another principle is the taste. And that is also very useful because balancing of Vata, Pitta, Kapha, it could be very complex, but simplified as just 6 tastes. And then how the tastes are correcting. Sweet taste has another. So 6 are sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, and astringent. All 6 in balance will keep healthy, good health. And there is a whole science and theory behind that. So, for example, sweet taste help build up tissue formed from earth and water. That is kapha. So it promotes that. Hence, sweet substances strengthens kapha. On the other hand, overload of sweets can create kapha imbalance. Then kapha imbalance is there, then which we need to correct with pungent, bitter, astringent taste and warming food. So this way, through the taste, uh, correcting this vata pitta kapha. Yes. So similarly, the fire agni in that is in the world outside and world within. Like sun is giving life to everything on the planet. Similarly, the agni within us, the digestive fire, keeps us, all good qualities, strength, health, enthusiasm, long lifespan, all that. And then uh, um, irregular agni, visham, tikshna, there are no, either it is very sharp, very irregular, very mild, then it's unhealthy. So it has to be protecting the agni is one of the principles. So digestion, this is another product of incomplete digestion and metabolism, ama. So that is also cause of disorder. So how to digest ama? And many techniques are there, not only food, but all the even panchakarma, and we will hear more on panchakarma from Professor Lothar. He is expert in that. So digestion of ama. So also imbalanced pulse is countered by like vata predominant pulse, then vata pacifying diet, pitta pacifying diet, kapha pacifying diet. Similarly, the daily routine, seasonal routines. So what care to be taken, what time of the day, what is happening, when is kapha time, when is vata time, when is pitta time. So all simple arrangement of life. Once one learns, then one follows the life in tune with natural law. So daily routines, so that the balance is maintained, morning, afternoon, evening, and that involves regular meditation, regular exercise, yogasana, pranayam, all these things. Time to time, eat in time, sleep in time, very, very important, given to sleep also. So seasonal purification again is a very important thing that Panchkarma will hear later from Professor Lothar Pietz. And that is a way to remove toxins from the body, environmental toxin, other toxins that are there, remove imbalance of vata, pitta, kapha, and bring them to balance and rejuvenate the whole system. It's a great science and procedures in Ayurveda. So seasonal routines are there. So Rasayana is very beautiful. This is Achar Rasayana. Rasayana is anything that we take which helps keep health and which helps to keep younger, rejuvenated. So one of the rasayanas, they are normally herbal rasayanas, which are nourishing and keeping us healthy. But this is achar rasayana, behavioral rasayana. Is the rasayana means like nourishing behavior, that health promoting behavior, and how beautifully all the good qualities can come up with when we are in balance, when we are following with transcendental meditation and all the principles of Ayurveda. If we are following, then one of these things naturally comes, achar rasayana. So what not to do, like what to protect us from going down. Then all the yogasana, it's thoroughly now research yogasana. Every system of physiology, whether it is cardiovascular or digestive or um, uh, urinary tract, and every aspect can be treated and like helped with different yogasanas. So a lot of research is done here. So finally, I would say Ayurveda is the science of wholeness of life. Ayurveda promotes the continuum of perfect health through principle of preserving health and preventing ill health. These principles include Ayurvedic daily and seasonal routines, health promoting behavior, a wholesome diet, digestion and nutrition, regular panchkarma treatments, purification, rejuvenation procedures, regular practice of transcendental meditation, and yoga exercise, balanced rest and activity, to say the few. And there I'll end today's. Thank you.